The reason you should be more private and stop blabbering about everything to everyone is not so that you can appear mysterious to other people, so they're not gonna lie, that is a perk, like people will think you're kind of cool. But no, that's not it. I think it makes you go from being all talk to actually all do. Let me explain why. I believe we tell people about all the dreams we want to achieve and all the things we're going to do because sometimes deep down we're insecure that we haven't actually worked towards that goal. And talking about that goal spikes dopamine in your brain and it makes you feel rewarded because it makes your brain feel and think like you actually already did the work. It makes you feel productive when you didn't. But now that you've talked about it and you feel achieved, you're less likely to take the action for that goal. So really it's just pseudo-productivity. Or perhaps you think that talking about your goals makes you feel like you have to be accountable for them. And sure, I agree. Publicly talking about your goals is a great way to keep accountability, but the consequence if you don't is pretty horrible as well. Because for most of us, I bet you can recall a time where you publicly talked about a specific goal, but for whatever reason, you didn't do it. And then you faced a lot of shame or guilt. If anything, it breaks down your self-esteem because you know you didn't do it. It leads to a state of war and chaos in your brain, and you have to deal with it in a really mature way. But that's kind of difficult, and I don't think any of us want those consequences. So here is a greater alternative, that is privacy. The person who doesn't talk about their goals, on the other hand, is more likely to make real progress because they too want to share it with the world, but they don't. They have to hold it back. And they have to do something about that energy, but they then translate it into action. And it's only until they do the action that the dopamine is released and they feel rewarded on a physiological level. Except they make real progress too. Now, I'm not saying you should absolutely not talk about your goals to like anyone in the world. It's okay to talk about it to one or two people. In fact, you might even gain a lot of insights and knowledge on how to better work on your goal. Just don't go blabber it to the whole world. So in my experience, I'd say suffer the pain of not being able to tell everyone about everything. Just do the action in silence and let your success be the noise. That's all for me today. Take care and bye.